up is the Delta female. So, much like the Delta male, they are usually the ones with some type of traumatic past experience that is kind of affecting their behavior, which is unfortunate because a lot like the Delta male, that's something that you have to work on. You really
Or
have to work
yourself.
on that. Yeah. It's so important. You will self sabotage and hold yourself back so much by refusing to face those past traumatic experiences and learn the lesson that they were ultimately there from, for, so that you can grow from them. That's kind of hard though for some people, but it seems with Delta females in particular, they're usually battling their own insecurities, which makes them less likely to engage in social situations. They're pretty much a loner
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because first you got to work through your traumas.
Hmm.
Um, and then that's very misfortunate because Delta females often are products of their environment. Same thing as the Delta male.
Hmm.
So being raised wrong,
Yeah.
broken homes, um, adopted, orphans. Often at times, these traits, those situations will turn someone into a Delta male or female. And it is important, like my wife said, to get help, get self help, and
Hmm.
ultimately get to the point where you can help yourself.
Yeah.
Once you're to that point, then you can work on being social. So go ahead and join that Omega female out there and go to that Comic Con and cosplay and swing swords and magic wizard wands and all that stuff, whatever they do. And then just go out there and be social. And then you will
Yeah.
find someone. You will find someone, and ultimately, you will graduate out of that Delta female and enjoy life again.
Yeah.
Delta female.
Yeah, Delta females are also known to be realists too, which will
Mhm.
actually help them in the long run because they're able to realistically put in perspective, okay, this is what's wrong with me, and let me look to better myself. That's kind of what separates them from a Delta male in the way, because
Mhm.
a Delta male, men are usually less expressive of themselves, so they'll hold in what they're going through. A woman, we actually seek healing through expressing ourselves. So
Right.
we'll seek to talk about something, and that actually will help to get it out.
Mhm.
So that actually really helps the Delta female in the long run, even though she is commonly facing her own, insecurities and past traumas. So, like you said, if she can definitely work through therapy and get, her mind back in order, she has great potential to move on to being you know,
A wife,
oh
because the only
yeah,
thing that's wrong with you is that you're dealing with trauma. By all
yeah,
means, please do not get with a Delta male. You all will
right,
trauma bond, and y'all
yeah,
will stay stunted in your trauma and think that
yeah.
that's something normal every day.
Mhm.
Case in point is Blueface and Krishan Rock.
You think
Those
so?
two people are trauma bonding. Yes, their
But they're
relationship
also
is
so dominating too. Like they stand out, like in the sense of their personalities. They're very strong personalities. But
that's a
yeah,
facade. All of that is a
yeah,
facade due to trauma. That's what that is.
could be.
That
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I
yeah.
see.
But don't trauma bond. Yeah, it really. You may think in the long run you're connecting and
Hmm.
making a lasting relationship, but you're really not, because neither one of you all have healed. You're bringing in those unhealthy behaviors, and then you're just asking for like more unhealthy things to come from that. It's
Right.
just a
Hurt people
recipe
hurt
for
people.
disaster. Yeah,
Hurt
yeah.
people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, don't do that.
Yep,
You know.
definitely not. Another point, Delta females, though, like we were talking about being good communicators, though, within the relationships, if they could actively talk about, this is what I've gone through, I'm giving you the heads up, like these are my triggers, like, yada, 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 you have a great chance of being able to communicate, at least within a relationship, not with the Delta male, but, maybe another male who,
Right.
maybe even an alpha male who could help lead you in the way of giving you confidence within yourself, and then actually helping you along the way of gaining more knowledge of yourself too, by allowing you to kind of
Right. And then
yeah,
and be careful. Just be careful what type of alpha male you choose to
yeah,
entertain, because the alpha male can often um take advantage
mm-hmm.
of of a traumatic a woman who's been through a traumatic experience.
That's a good point. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
same thing as a sigma male too. Since
Mm-hmm.
sigma males are very good at persuasion
And
and
manipulation.
manipulation,
Mm-hmm.
be careful. So pay attention to those signs, Delta females, because you all have to really guard yourselves, and then also to tear down your own walls so
Yeah.
that you can be fixed, marriage fit, so you can be marriage fit for your husband, for your future husband.
Yeah.
So these are ways that can help. Like I said, those are the things that a Delta female can do to help herself to be marriage fit and find a spouse.
Yeah. Another one last point though about them too is that they like to take things slow because of their trauma, which is important to do as well. So because you need to protect yourself not to take on any more traumatic experiences, really do take things slow when you enter your relationship, like you're more apt to do anyway, because that really helps, you know, establish a good foundation. You become friends first, and then you build a trust, and you're able to, you know, build something more from that. So
that's probably the most positive trait out of all of these female types, is that the fact that Delta females take time to know their lover and prefer to just be friends first, starting off. That is by far, I would advise all of these female types to actually, you know, take time to know who you're jumping into a relationship with, instead of just jumping into head over heels into a relationship. So taking time out, you know, that's good. Start off as friends first, you know.
Take things slow. Always the best relationships come from that. And I think you could probably, in that sense, you can probably relate more too, because your partner will understand, your spouse would understand, you know, this is what you've been through, like we mentioned earlier, understanding your triggers and stuff, and how they can really like help with that, and not, you know, I guess escalate things or make things worse, or, you know.
I think a beta male would be a good spouse for a Delta female.
You think so?
They're submissive, and they'll be fine with taking time
and good listening. Yeah, they'll listen. Yeah, and they won't try to take so much of advantage or a dominating role. They would let the Delta woman kind of lead that, bringing them out of their shell type thing, and how fast the relationship progress in a way. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that could work out very well. Interesting. Call us up. Let us know. Have you ever been in a relationship with a Delta female or a Sigma male, or any of these that we are going through? It's a call-in show. So link in the description.